Hey guys, I just woke up from a nap and I'm so hungry I could eat my shoe.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the big one first. A lot can happen in 5 years. In 5 years, Jamie Wellerstein got married, became a best-selling author, and got divorced. And Jay Gatsby became a self-made millionaire, sorta kinda, and waited to reunite with his Louisville sweetheart. Is there a 5-year period of your life that feels significant to your own journey? Oh man, 2007 to 2012. I moved to New York, did a couple of survival jobs, did some catering, sang for small children, got fired for the most ridiculous reasons. And then I had my first Broadway show about a year and a half in, then had a couple more, met my now wife, and then in 2012 got married, did Smash, did Newsies. Tony nomination kind of culminated that end of that 5 years. Ooh, little guy. What character in The Great Gatsby do you most resonate with and why? I probably more resonate with Nick than anybody else. He sees the best in people and then is sadly often disappointed, which I tend to be a little bit more optimistic than most, and sometimes you get let down. Many young theater artists cite you as their inspiration when you were going into theater. Who did you turn to for inspiration and who inspires you now? Well, our dear Gavin Creel, Hunter Foster, those guys were like pretty big right when I was coming in to New York. Who inspires me now? I get kind of inspired every day, by people in my shows. My kid inspires me. My family really inspires me a lot more now. I'm sort of much more of a grounded. I think as you get older, you start hopefully being a little bit less like self-centered and start trying to think about people around you, and so I get a lot of inspiration from them. You have provided the voice of Varian in Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure and Lucifer Morningstar in Has Been Hotel, which earned you an Annie Award nomination. That's the voiceover awards. You also do some vocal shape-shifting as Jay Gatsby. Ooh, can you come up with a voice for this character we drew last night? Oh shit, what is this? For this character we draw last night. Okay, it looks kind of like a booger with a sock on his head, and he's wearing pajamas, and he's probably in his 50s. He's also got a horn. Hey, okay, let me work it out.
Oh, hey guys, I just woke up from a nap and I really want a sandwich. Can you get me a sandwich, please? Oh man, I'm so hungry I could eat my shoe.
It took me a minute to get there. What's the biggest thing you've learned from The Great Gatsby this time around? It's been a little bit humbling this time because I'm coming back into people that have already established their shows without me. My biggest sort of learning thing was sort of like to put what I used to do and like my ego about that aside and try to serve other people and what their instincts are and try to keep the show consistent and fun for them. And I still play though. I don't really do the same thing every night. Sorry. Nobody's yelled at me yet though. Shank. What is the hardest part of The Great Gatsby this time around? I'm basically a full year older, so my body recovers and my voice recovers a little bit more slowly, but it's the same. And there's still a lot of great people around. I still feel great about the character, and it's not an easy show, but it's definitely back in my body and it feels natural and hopefully sustainable. Are there any liberties you are taking with the songs, new choices you're making as Gatsby? Ooh, I don't really take a lot of liberties with songs unless I'm like feeling vocally under, and then I'll like make a lower choice, which is funny because I'm kind of the opposite with like text and scenes. Whereas I'm always looking for new, interesting choices. I think it's a little bit easier to do that in scenes because you're not tied to a rhythm and tied to, a whole orchestra and people relying on you. I always try to find new choices, especially in dramatic scenes. That final pool scene is always really different every night for me. Sometimes it's more sad, sometimes it's more like confused or covered up, sometimes he's a little drunker, sometimes he's just angry, and it always sort of morphs, and I always kind of challenge myself to find a new way into it because it's such an open-ended scene. The way it's written, it could mean a bunch of different things, and I've played it with a lot of different Nicks, with the two main characters and the understudies, and we all have our own journeys with it. And it's always really fun to use the same text, but kind of tell different versions of the story every night. Can you share your favorite pre or post show rituals, solo or with your castmates? I always drink throat coat tea before every show. I do like normal warm-ups. Pre-show rituals with the cast that I'm sure everybody's heard of by now. We have like a hand circle and we take some breaths and we have a little chant that we get together and sing. My favorite things are like the things in the show. Like there's a bunch of weird little things in the show. Like there's a bunch of hand slap moments that have to happen. I pass by the swings every day and we do rock, paper, scissors, and you have to win. Somebody has to win or you can't move on. I probably shouldn't say, but there was a moment during the show where I am on stage and somebody's off stage giving me a dance move that I have to somehow do on stage without anybody noticing, which we do every night, and it is definitely one of my favorite parts of the show. A lot of goofing around, but professional.